YouTube! Yo, what's up guys? It's the part 2 to the Dream Ticket videos, okay? We're going to talk about SR Dream Tickets this time. Now, we actually do get SR Dream Tickets more often than we get UR Dream Tickets, meaning that you can be a little bit more liberal with how you spend them. Of course, if you want to use your SR Dream Ticket to finish any decks, then that's perfectly fine, but before you spend your Dream Ticket, I would recommend you press the boxes button, because that means you're going to only be looking at cards that you can only get with a Dream Ticket. If you unselect this, you're going to be also looking at cards that you can get with other regular tickets. SR Dream Tickets may be less rare than UR Dream Tickets, but they're still kind of rare. So you want to take the most advantage of them by spending them on cards that you can only get from them, or from boxes obviously, but this is easier than getting them from boxes. Now there's a lot of really good extra deck monsters that you can get using SR Dream Ticket if you didn't want to go through the box that they come from. Spending your SR Dream Ticket here is going to be a really good option, especially considering that so many of the good extra deck monsters are SRs. So if you want to ask me whether or not it's a good idea to spend your SR Dream Ticket on an SR extra deck monster, the answer is typically just going to be yes. Probably the best examples here, I'm thinking Underclock Taker, Knightmare Cerberus, Rastaliger, but not so much anymore. Rastaliger kind of fell off. Chronometer Vimana for rank 5 decks is pretty good. There's honestly too much for me to go over. Void Ogre Dragon, there's genuinely so many good extra deck SR cards that you could really just go through, pick them all up. But if I had to pick one as my number 6, I would go Knightmare Cerberus because it is a generic one. My number 5 pick is going to be Sunavalon Dryatrentiay. Now this one is really damn good. Not a lot of decks can play it though. It is a generic rank 4. It only requires 2 or more link monsters. So you usually make a link 3 and a link 1 or 2 link 2 to go into this guy. And when it's link summoned, you search a Sunavalon spell trap. You search the trap that you get from leveling up the guy that this deck is made for, and that card, as long as you control Dryatrentiay, you flip it up and it's a blanket negate on your opponent's board. This is basically Appaloosa at home, and it's the best Appaloosa replacement we have in Duel Links, since I don't think we're going to get Appaloosa for a long while if we ever get it. But if your deck is looking for a link 4 to go into, to maybe just free up your main monster zones, or to just give you a good interruption to go into, then this is going to be a great one. Searching that blanket negate trap. The trap can also give this guy an attack buff during the battle phase, so that's pretty cool too. So yeah, that's my number 5. My number 4 is going to be Dark Hole, okay? Dark Hole is a generic board breaking card. Now that being said, there's a lot of decks in the game that don't give a damn about a Dark Hole, either because they like their stuff getting destroyed, or because their stuff has some way to protect themselves from getting destroyed. So Dark Hole isn't always going to be good. However, it is a good card to own 3 copies of just in case a format rolls around where the decks aren't actually that enthusiastic about getting Dark Hole. Now, spoiler alert, there is a better board breaker on this list. So if you are looking for a board breaking card, wait until later on in the list. However, Dark Hole is a good one to have if you already have that other board breaking card. Unchained Abomination is my number 3 pick, okay? This is probably a better link 4 to go into than Dryatrentiay, simply because you can go into it on the opponent's turn using IP and still get value out of it. And also because it doesn't lose to an MST like the Dryatrentiay does, and it doesn't lose to a Chalice like the Dryatrentiay does. You don't want to get your Dryatrentiay negated and then they attack into it. Typically, the Dryatrentiay, they're not allowed to attack into it because of its effect, but if you negate it, they can attack into it, and you're taking a hell of a lot of damage because it has 0 attack. But Unchained Abomination, a little bit more versatile. On end phase, it destroys a card, right? But it also triggers whenever a card is destroyed to destroy another card, either by battle or card effect. If either of those happen, it gets to destroy a card. And if one happens and the other happens, it gets to destroy twice. And then on end phase of any turn, it also just destroys a card for free, which won't trigger its own effect to destroy another card, but it's still pretty good. It can technically destroy up to 3 cards in a turn, which is pretty goddamn insane. It's also got a pretty sizable body if you're just trying to attack for game with a big link 4. Now, in my opinion, the second best card you can use your SR Dream Ticket on is Knightmare Phoenix. This is generic back removal that any deck can go into. This card existing in the game means that less decks need to actually main deck back removal. It's also good for link climbing. You know, if you're going into a link 3, you could go into Phoenix, pop a back row along the way, then go into your link 3. That way you're benefiting a lot. Being able to discard a card can also be very helpful in some decks, but mainly just the fact that it is back row removal that literally any deck can play without actually needing to draw into back row removal makes this so damn good in so many decks. And you only need 1 copy too. Some of you might have seen this coming. The number 1 is Book of Eclipse. This, next to Droplet, might be the other best card in the game. This flips everything face down. And yes, there is a downside that on the end phase your opponent gets to draw cards equal to their monsters that got flipped face down, but the idea is going second, you flip all of their shit down, right? Before you even summon your own stuff, destroy it and then go for game. Or if you're going first, you can use it as an interruption to stop them from going into their extra deck plays. That way, it doesn't matter if they get their draws, they're not setting up their interruptions most likely. Meaning that even if they get their draws, they have not set up a valid enough defense to prevent you from OTKing them. Of course, there are decks that can play around this. However, the fact that this is basically the best board breaker in the game and it doesn't require any discards or anything like Droplet makes this so damn impactful. Especially if you activate Eclipse, they try to negate it, and then you Droplet sending Eclipse to negate what's negating it. Bro, this card is insane. And the fact that it's in the SR Dream tickets, you should definitely pick up 3 copies if you can. If you don't have enough Dream tickets, pick up the rest of the copies from the box, and you'll just know that the Dream tickets will have made it easier for you. Yeah guys, that's my top 6. I hope this was helpful for you. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. But other than that guys, thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe. Have yourselves a good one guys. I've been Undead from Team 6K, signing out.
Hey, why they gotta hate on me? I done got me 250,000 views and they still saying they low-key. They ain't wanna come work with the kid, but I'm flexing with Zay on beats. How they ask for a spot at the gym, but they leave all the weight on me. I don't ask them to wait on me. They would ask where they gon' be with a song if they wanted the Weatherman. I ain't asking to pay no fees. She was homeless and needed a spot. I ain't ask her to pay no lease. I ain't ask her to say no please. I ain't ask her to make no cheese. Scream fake, but it ain't on me. Got clean so it ain't no streets. Why green if it ain't no keeps? Brought cream so it ain't no beef. My team say it ain't no chief. My demon they hang on me. They seemingly ain't no peace. I seen him, he ain't no beast. For real.